All right, let's move on to the next topic. And the next topic today comes to us from Karina L, who writes, "Hi, John. I first want to thank you for all the work you do. Your videos have helped me through some tough times." Oh, thanks a lot, Karina. Thanks for sharing that. My question is, if the Harry Potter cast suffers from typecasting just as actors from the original Star Wars trilogy, can being a part of a large franchise later hurt the actors' chances of being in other films? I know it's not always the case, but can it be another obstacle? Thanks. All right, well, thanks a lot for the question, Karina. And you know what? It's an interesting question. Because, look, we talked about typecasting the other day on the show. And typecasting back in the 70s and 80s was a much bigger problem than today. Because, you know, today there are so many movies coming out and now so many premium shows, so many streaming cable shows. Like, an actor has a lot of different options, or opportunities, I should say, that are available to them to come out and kind of break the stereotype and break the typecasting. It's not as big of a problem today as it was before, but it can still be a problem. Case in point, we talked about Star Wars, right? The original Star Wars came out. Mark Hamill had a tough go of it because everybody was worried that they just look at Mark Hamill and see Luke Skywalker. Carrie Fisher, a lot of people just thought, well, if we cast her, everybody's just going to see Princess Leia. And I made the argument before, now you can say the exception to that is Harrison Ford, but I made the argument. If Tom Selleck did not drop out of playing Indiana Jones, and a lot of you maybe don't know that the original guy cast to play Indiana Jones was Tom Selleck. Magnum PI himself, Tom Selleck, was supposed to be Indiana Jones, and he had to back out at the last minute because they weren't letting him out of his TV contract with Magnum PI, so he had to go do Magnum PI. Now, it worked out perfectly good for Tom Selleck being Magnum PI, but if that didn't happen, and Steven Spielberg and George Lucas didn't go, well, we know Harrison, and Harrison's great, if Harrison Ford had not been drafted to come in and replace Tom Selleck as Indiana Jones, I got to be honest with you, I wonder what his career would have looked like if he would have been stuck in that typecast thing just like Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher were. Like, I think that's a legitimate question to ask. If George didn't go, well, okay, we lost our guy in Tom Selleck, but I really like Harrison. Let's put Harrison in. If that hadn't happened, and now he wasn't playing two iconic roles, which kind of breaks the typecasting, I gotta wonder if he would have had much success too. Anyway, how does that relate to the Harry Potter thing? I gotta wonder if we're looking at the same thing. Because, first of all, Rupert Grint has, by the way, am I saying his name right? Hold on a second. Is it Rupert? Grint, sorry, I mispronounced it. Rupert Grint. He's got that show Snatch, so that's okay. We've seen Daniel Radcliffe do a couple things. And by the way, Daniel Radcliffe is a pretty damn good actor. He's turned out to be a pretty... Now, I was skeptical as he was wrapping up Harry Potter. I was skeptical that Daniel Radcliffe could transition and become like a legit good adult actor. He's legit. He's a good actor. But despite being one of the most recognizable faces, and maybe it's because he's such a recognizable face, he's having trouble landing like significant or big movies and big roles. Which is too bad because he's a talented dude. He's pretty good. You know who else is damn talented? Emma Watson. Emma Watson's damn talented. And it looked for a while like maybe Emma Watson might be the breakout star out of that Harry Potter group. However, as I look at it, I've got Emma? Let me pull up Emma Watson here. I don't believe she has anything coming out. Like, first of all, she was great in Perks of Being a Wallflower. She was great in that. And then came Beauty and the Beast, right? And she had other things like Colony, Noah. She had The Small Thing in This Is the End and things like that. Then she was Belle in Beauty and the Beast. And I really liked the live action Beauty and the Beast. However, Emma may not have been the best choice. She's certainly, like if you're casting Belle, her name means beauty. Her looks have got no parallel. Like if you're casting that person, don't worry, I won't do much singing today. If you're looking for that, Emma Watson has turned into a stunningly beautiful woman. I mean, she's gorgeous. She's beautiful. And she's a very good actor. And she can certainly sing better than you and me. But when I was watching Beauty and the Beast, you can tell, she was getting outclassed. And she was the lead, but she was getting outclassed. singing, and I can't help but wonder if that hurt her a little bit. Then she had that film she did with Tom Hanks called The Circle. It was a terrible film. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm just double checking, she's been cast in nothing else since. So I got to wonder if that's catching up to her. So I don't know. Which again, Daniel Radcliffe, very talented. Emma Watson, very talented. Rupert Grint, more talented than you might think after watching him in Harry Potter. He's actually more talented than you might think. But they're all struggling, going from one of the biggest film franchises in history, the Harry Potter franchise, to having a big successful career outside of that. Emma Watson looked like she had some momentum going. It looks like that might be stalling. But all three of these people deserve more success because I believe they all have the talent. I believe they've been working their whole lives. Look at this little picture. Look how the one down here in the corner. Look at this. Look how cute they are. The little wee kids, the little Harry Potterites. They have been working their whole life at acting. And it shows in their talent level. But yeah, I can't help but wonder if you might be right. If there is a little bit of, they might be victims of the success they had younger in the Harry Potter franchise. I can't help but wonder about that. I'm not saying that's definitely the case. I'm just saying I can't help but wonder if you might be right. What do you guys think about the Harry Potter cast situation, particularly our main three, your Daniel Radcliffes, your Emma Watsons, your Rupert Grints? What do you think? Do you think they're victims of their success? Or do you disagree with me that maybe you don't think they have the talent and the only reason they're not more successful now is because they're not more talented or some other reason? Let me know what you guys think. Jump down to the comments section and leave me your thoughts. All right, let's move on now to the